Good afternoon and welcome to the campus of New Bedford High School, where the New Bedford Cable Network is proud to present girls high school softball. I'm Luke Ferrer, joined by Owen Fraga for this matchup between the New Bedford Lady Whalers and the Durfee Lady Hilltoppers. What do we got coming into this game today, Owen?
Well, it shouldn't really be that much of a matchup here, as Durfee is coming in at 2-12, and New Bedford is 9-5. Pretty much any loss that Durfee has received has pretty much been a blowout, and depending on how the pitching is today, will determine if it's going to be another one of those matchups.
Fair enough. Well, New Bedford's going to have Lily Gray on the mound, per usual for them. She's been pretty dominant over her years here. We got temperature at game time 67 degrees, light breeze, as Katarina Rumsey is set to lead it off here for the Hilltoppers. And Gray deals the first pitch, swung on a miss by Rumsey for strike one.
Not bad pitch location just for the first pitch, so let's see what else she comes with.
Gray, of course, has that mean off-speed pitch that she goes to from time to time as she deals the 0-1. Rumsey swung on and missed again. Same spot, same speed. Quickly down 0-2 to start here in the top of the first. 0-2. Gray can really go wherever she wants.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see that movement here. Nope.
And high fastball, swung on a miss, 3 pitches. 3 high fastballs, and Rumsey goes down swinging for out number 1. That'll bring up Rachel Silva, the third baseman.
I stand corrected on that. Figured like you'd throw the curveball, come in, see what happens. No, if it ain't broke, why not fix it?
Yeah, no, if she hasn't caught up to any of the fastballs, maybe she'd fouled one off, but decides to stay with the high heat there and gets her for out number 1. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a strikeout as Gray deals now. And I think it was like a drag bunt attempt there from Silva, but it's fouled away for the first strike, so quickly down 0-1.
She really had her hands up on the bat for that, though.
Yeah, no, I think that's the key with the drag bunt, if she tries to push it or find one of the spots in the infield there, but unable to get on top of it as Gray deals the 0-1. This one again, she tries to kind of just flip it over the third baseman and just kind of chop at it, and now down 0-2.
Not much of a choice here. Let's see where she goes for this pitch location.
And again, Silva choked up on the bat. Gray gets the sign, checks the wristband as she wheels and deals. And called strike 3. She has to get out of the way of it, or at least she tried to sell it, but it catches the inside corner for strike 3. So 6 pitches, 6 strikes, and 2 strikeouts so far here for Gray in the first.
Did we dare say it already?
I'm not going to jinx the perfect inning here. I'm not going to do it. So that brings up Emily Curran, the pitcher for the Hilltoppers today, as Gray deals. That one fouled straight back. Curran trying to break up the perfect inning that Gray's gotten so far.
I haven't seen that curveball yet.
Nah, but she kind of caught up to that one. That's the first one as Gray deals. And that one's upstairs. The announcer's jinx in play. So ball 1. As Gray quickly deals the 1-1. That one upstairs as well for ball 2.
Trying to get them chasing. They're not really working there. Why don't you come back here for the plate and just see if they can put the ball in play? You got a good defense behind you here.
And this one flown out to the second baseman. It's going to get a short hop and sneak into right field. My apologies, that was Sadie Fitzgerald at the plate, not Emily Curran. But Fitzgerald kind of catches the New Bedford second baseman out of position. That's Ava Kaplan, catches her on a short hop, and it squeaks by.
As much of it is as it's almost like a cheap hop that gets by you there, you still got to block those, get in front of those.
Nah, you got to get a glove on that and knock it down, because if you do, you're at second base. It's just a flip on to first. Unable to make the play was Kaplan, so 1 aboard and a courtesy runner for the catcher, Sadie Fitzgerald, as Emily Curran. The pitcher stands in now. The Lady Hilltoppers looking to rally here with 2 outs. And Gray rocks and fires. That one on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Just had to nick at the corner there. Thought that was a bit outside.
So 0-1 to Curran as Gray deals again. This one swung on towards the right side. It's going to get over the first baseman's head and into the alley. It's going to be picked up by Kaplan, but it'll bring the runners to first and third now with another bloop single there to the right side off the end of the bat. So Fitzgerald with kind of a weak hit to the right side that Kaplan was unable to play, and that time Houston unable to make the play as well. So first and third with 2 down now as the Lady Hilltoppers look to create a 2-out rally. Gray deals. Taken right down the middle for strike 1. So 2 just perfectly placed hits in all reality as Gray deals the 0-1. This one swung on up the middle for a base hit. So the Hilltoppers are going to get a run. It advances the runners to first and second. And it is an RBI single for Nia Jacob. And the Lady Hilltoppers with a 1-0 advantage here in the top of the first inning, all coming with 2 outs.
I feel like this is what Durfee has to do, get ahead of the game early. Otherwise, you don't ever want to play the behind game here.
Gray quickly deals now as Nia Boone steps in, the center fielder today for the Lady Hilltoppers. And runners on first and second. The run coming with 2 outs in the inning. Nia Boone stands in, takes for ball 1. You kind of feel for Gray. She didn't really give up anything well struck except for that last hit. Just the ball kind of found the perfect spot and this kind of found its way. And as New Bedford down 1-0 as she deals here the 1-1, taken for strike 2.
Yeah, a couple of lucky placed hits there, just getting it right by any of the fielders. I really like the hit that was over here at first base, just in between 3 people. It was just a great play.
When you're a team that's struggling, you take those as Gray deals the 1-2. This one down the third base line, but foul. Yeah, as a team that's struggling, you really will take anything that you can get.
And it's not like Gray isn't pitching badly. She's putting strikes in. But Durfee's just capitalizing on those pitches coming in for the strike.
That one taken for a ball.
Tried to get them full on that one there. Finally seeing the curveball going in the dirt there.
So 2-2 now to Boone as Gray fires. Taken upstairs and away for ball 3, so she runs it full now. Again, runners on first and second, 2 down in the inning. 1 already across for the Lady Hilltoppers.
Fantastic pitch and fantastic patience there, excuse me.
Gray deals that one, swung on, I believe, and missed for out number 3. Gray strikes out the side, but not before. The Lady Hilltoppers get 1 run across on an RBI single from Nia Jacob, as they lead 1-0 going into the bottom half of the first inning. And just some well-placed hits in that inning, and then one well hit by Nia Jacob. And it has the Lady Hilltoppers up 1.
Yeah. Wasn't, like I said, they were really good placed hits, in my opinion. Like they're making good contact on it. They're getting by fielders. There was no sign of really struggle there. Gray did all she could. She was putting in strikes. They're just capitalizing on them. As a hitter, that's what you should be doing.
So the New Bedford lineup will be as follows. Sydney Ramus will be leading off. Haley Chenard will follow in the 2 spot. Amelia Davis will be batting 3rd. Abby Perry in the cleanup spot, followed by Annabelle Houston. Lauren Mitchell will be hitting for Lily Gray out of the 6th spot. J.J. Green playing right field and batting 7th. Ava Kaplan will be batting 8th. and Jenna Noguera rounds it out at number 9 in the order for the Lady Whalers today. Again, on the mound for the Lady Hilltoppers is Emily Curran. So, of course, the Lady Whalers going to look to respond. Of course, the last time that we were here on a call, stranding a lot of runners early, but now trailing early, they're not going to be able to do that. Going to have to capitalize the runners they get on, especially in this game where, while Durfee has struggled throughout the season, they've looked all right here in the early goings. And, you know, when it's Durfee and New Bedford, of course, you can kind of throw the records right out the window.
Yeah. Already a rivalry matchup. Pretty much anything that comes in like that, records go by the wayside, and essentially it's just like this is a rival matchup that goes out, and like it's essentially two brand new teams on opening day.
Yeah, you play for the day. So, and Ramus leads off. As Curran looks for the sign. High for ball 1. This one swung on by Ramus, driven out to center field. This one's gonna get back and over the wall. So a home run from Sydney Ramus, leadoff home run for the Lady Whalers. And with 2 pitches, this ball game is now again tied.
Oh, what a fantastic home run there. Well placed, well struck. Fielders didn't have a chance of getting that. At least that attempt to even rob it. Great home run.
That's what you want out of your leadoff batter there. You want her to see pitches and develop at bats, but when she gets grooved the pitch like that and jumps on it. So here we're going to have the replay of Ramus with a well-struck drive to center field, and the outfielders gave chase, but that got out in a hurry. So quickly 1-1 as Haley Chenard, the center fielder, steps in.
A picture-perfect home run. Doesn't get any better than that.
That one was low for ball 1, so Chenard will look to do the same as Ramus. As Curran deals, that one outside for ball 2. So hitters count now to Chenard. Curran, the left-hander, winds and deals. That one swung on and missed by Chenard for strike 1.
Fooled by the breaking ball there.
Yeah, Curran, obviously they've been catching up to the fastball, the hitter's pitch, or hitter's count, I should say, as she deals the 2-1 now. That one taken for strike 2, so now Chenard runs it even to 2-2. Curran making a really good pitch on 2-0 here to battle back to 2-2 as she fires to Chenard. That one taken just inside, maybe a little upstairs for ball 3, so Chenard runs it full.
Great patience on the batter there. That was a very close and debatable call. But
yeah, good discipline as she deals now. Chenard flies one out to center field. That one going to be caught by the Durfee center fielder. That is Naya Boone to retire the first out of the inning. So Chenard lines out to the center fielder. And that brings up the catcher, Amelia Davis. Davis fouls one straight back. So Curran gonna have to respond from giving up a first batter home run. Has New Bedford back in. Of course, they're gonna look to capitalize on it more. The 0-1 to Davis. This one grounded left side. The shortstop's gonna pick it up, throw on to first to retire the second batter of the inning. Good play by the shortstop, Nia Jacob, there to retire Amelia Davis for the second out of the inning. So that brings up Abby Perry.
Could have been played by either the third base or the shortstop there, but it looks like there was almost a little bit of a shift there for the shortstop. They'd be right, to be exactly right where that ball was struck.
That one high and tight for ball 1 to Abby Perry. Curran deals the 1-0. Taken for strike one. I think that's one that Perry wants back. That's one that she could have driven out to left center. Even 1-1 to Perry as Curran winds and deals. This one swung on and fouled straight back by Perry, so now down 1-2. Curran looks in for the sign, gets it, winds and fires. Taken for ball 2 upstairs. Again, Curran steps to the rubber and now fires. Taken away for ball 3 in the dirt. So Perry now runs it full. Perry, the left fielder today for the Lady Whalers. The Whalers looking for some 2-out magic of their own as she deals a 3-2. Taken for ball 4. So a free base runner for the Lady Whalers as Perry jogs down to first. Which brings up the first baseman, Annabelle Houston.
Same pitch there as for ball 3 before. Good discipline.
So Curran set to deal to Houston now. Taken away for ball 1. The catcher, Sadie Fitzgerald, doing a good job to get to that one, prevent it from being a wild pitch, holding the runner at first. As Curran now deals the 1-0 to Houston inside for ball 2.
Seems to be having a hard time finding the zone here. Going multiple pitches on the outside corner here, and now just come back here on the inside. Hopefully he can get it right here.
Inside again, kind of brushes back Houston.
We'll quickly go to a 3-0 count.
Already one aboard with 2 down in the inning. Houston up 3 on the count. The take is surely on. That one taken for strike 1. Up around the letters, but it gets in there. So 3-1 hitters count now to Houston. Curran deals the 3-1 and taken for ball 4. So back-to-back walks now for the Lady Whalers with 2 outs in the inning. And that brings up Lauren Mitchell, the DH for the pitcher Lily Gray. So 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Lady Whalers.
This is the time to do damage for the Whalers, yeah.
Yeah, 2-out rally, the runner in scoring position. The 0-0 pitch taken for ball 1 upstairs, high and tight again. And Curran now struggling with control.
Do you think she's even going to go up there to swing the bat at all?
I just wait for it. I mean, I'd jump on anything. That one swung on left side, but foul, hit well. Again, I mean, as a hitter, you're just going to look for your pitch. It's, you know, especially if she's wild, you know, you're going to want to, you know, wait on whatever pitch that you can really attack in the middle of the zone, make her, you know, pitch to you in a sense and jump on it, because Ramus already has. You know, you've proven that you can jump on Curran early and get to her, so anything that I see in the strike zone, I'm trying to attack here. So 0-1 now as Curran deals. That one skips into the catcher's mitt. Well blocked again by Sadie Fitzgerald. So now 1-1 to Lauren Mitchell, the DH. Curran trying to get out of the jam here. Deals, and that one called on the outside part of the plate for strike 2.
Just had enough of the plate there. Good call.
Yeah, the catcher kind of had to come out of her stance a bit, which can change the call of an umpire, but she gets it anyways as Curran deals the 1-2. This one swung on, popped up in the infield. Underneath it is Curran. One hands it for the final out of the inning, but not before Sydney Ramus able to get the Lady Whalers on the board to tie it up with a leadoff home run. And it is 1-1 after the end of the first frame between the Durfee Lady Hilltoppers and the New Bedford Lady Whalers.
Both pitchers getting into the jams early on in the later on into the innings, but both of them getting out of them pretty good.
No, some good softball here early on. 1-1. The home run was obviously the great highlight for the inning. But, you know, Durfee had a couple of well-placed hits in that inning as well, too. So 1-1 after the first frame. We'll see how both of these teams respond. Of course, They actually, they made contact with Gray quite a bit, which a lot of these teams struggle to make contact with Gray, but Durfee was able to time her up pretty well. Of course, I think we'll see her go to that off speed a bit more. I think she kind of likes that fastball a lot because she can overpower a lot of these hitters, but now she's going to have to go to the off speed to change things up in this second inning of play.
Yeah, when you know she's going to be pitching strikes, the batter's going to have the green light on a lot of these pitches to go ahead and swing away. So it's good to change up with either with the changeup or the curveball once in a while, just to see if they can get them fooling on strike calls here.
So Maddie Teasdale stands in to lead off the top of the second for the Durfee Lady Hilltoppers, the second baseman today. As Gray looks and fires. Taken for ball one by Teasdale. No batting gloves, which you don't see all that often. The 1-0 to Teasdale. And taken upstairs for ball one. Sorry, ball two. So Teasdale quickly into a hitter's count here. Gray checks the wristband for the sign, now fires. That one right down the middle for strike one. Teasdale taking all the way. Again, Gray checks the wristband. And now deals. And that one taken on the outside corner of the plate for strike two. So now Gray runs it back even. And 2 strikes on Teasdale now. And Gray fires. This one fouled straight back by Teasdale. Again, you haven't seen, at least personally, I haven't seen a lot of the teams catch up to that high fastball from Gray, but they are today, so she's going to have to effectively change speeds, which we've seen her do in the past. So Gray, again, the 2-2 to Teasdale, swung on a miss with a high fastball to retire the first batter of the inning.
Yeah, those are pitches that are tough to lay off. A couple of them have already done so already, but not with this one yet.
4 outs and 4 strikeouts so far for Gray. Can she run it back to strike out the side for another inning? As Selena Pereira stands in. And that one called strike one. Davis didn't really even frame it, and I thought she was going to have to sneak one in there, but she gets the call anyways for 0-1.
Yeah, even with the glove movement, I even thought that was a bit outside, but the umpire must have saw it clearly across the plate there. Good eyes on him.
And the 0-1 taken there for strike two. That one framed a little better and a little bit closer to the corner of the plate. So quickly down 0-2 is Selena Pereira.
If pitches are going to be called, they move closer to the plate, because regardless, if they're going to be called strikes, you may as well be swinging at them.
And the 0-2 from Gray. Swung on and missed. That one was where she pulled the string on at the off speed. And 5 outs, 5 strikeouts now for Lily Gray.
Absolutely guessed on that pitch and guessed wrong.
I mean, trying to catch up to the fastball, you looked at 2 go by that were in questionable spots, at least arguably. Then the change of speeds there. She now deals to Ayanna Nelson. Swung on and missed. Nelson, the right fielder. Again, Gray looking for back-to-back innings where she strikes out the side. So quickly down 0-1. The 0-1 now. Upstairs for ball one.
Good discipline. As you notice with some of the batters that they keep swinging and swinging, you probably want to start doing the same, but that's good behavior on her just to wait and see where these balls are going to be placed there. If they're going to be on the outside, you may as well start swinging.
And Gray deals the 1-1 and called for strike two in that outside part of the plate that I think Gray's going to start living there.
If they're going to be called, the batter needs to adjust here. Move closer to the plate. The ump's going to call him. May as well swing.
1-2 from Gray. Swung on a miss. He strikes out the side again. Nelson goes down swinging. No runs in the inning as they go 1-2-3. It's 1-1 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning.
That was some great pitching there by Gray.
It's a great response of an inning by Lily Gray. They kind of got to her in the first, at least in comparison to what we've seen, and it's a great response of an inning to strike out the side. 7, 8, 9 in the order. Strike out the side. Great job by Lily Gray.
Yeah, a couple of great pitches there coming in with those couple of high fastballs there, and any of the breaking balls coming. It's tough as a batter because when you got this nice mix-up, it's almost hard to predict what you're gonna be throwing.
Yeah, I think Gray likes to go with that fastball, but you know, the second once she does go to that off speed, it absolutely, you know, you see how often it makes these hitters look foolish.
Yeah, normally you probably want to start something like fastball, like maybe 2 pitches in. If you get them down into the 0-2 count, usually that's the time they're like, all right, maybe we can throw the off-speed pitch here. No, we really haven't seen too much of that. It's been fastball consistently and surprise with an off-speed pitch, which works as well.
And Gray's shown that early on. Of course, 6 outs, 6 strikeouts by Gray. Very impressive. We'll see how high she can run that tally up to as J.J. Green, the right fielder, leads it off for the Lady Whalers.
Number 33, the right fielder.
So Curran retakes the mound here in her second inning of work. And the first one skipped in for ball 1. Curran deals the 1-0. Taken for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. So that outside part of the plate is in play for both these pitches. Seems pretty consistent on that outside half as the 1-1 to Green. That one upstairs. Ball 2, 2-1 now. Hitters count for J.J. Green. Curran deals the 2-1, and that one gets away from her again towards the outside part of the plate. So Green runs it to 3-1 now.
Early on in the second inning, already struggling just to find any part of the plate here.
And Curran deals the 3-1. That one upstairs for ball 4, so another walk, her third walk, surrendered by Curran as it brings Ava Kaplan to the plate.
Number 2 to second baseman.
As much as it's not fun to really go up to the plate and not swing, wait until you finally see a strike. Once you see that strike come across the plate, you finally have the trigger, then I'd start swinging away.
Kaplan lays down the bunt. Curran's going to get there, go on to first. That'll retire Kaplan, but it'll get Green to second. So a little bit of small ball here
Now batting for the Whalers, number 6
in the
to
second inning by the Lady Whalers, and it brings Jenna Laguerre to the plate. And O'Gara leaves it upstairs for ball 1. So 1 down with a runner in scoring position for the Lady Whalers with the top of the lineup, and more specifically Ramus, who homered to lead off this game for the Lady Whalers, on deck. So the 1-0 to Noguera. Taken for strike 1, so Curran evens it up at 1-1. This is an out you have to get here if you're Curran. You do not want to allow her to reach base or do any damage here, especially with Ramus already on deck in the top half of that Lady Whaler lineup. And again, skipped in there in the dirt. 2-1 now Noguera. And then on the flip side of it, if you're Noguera, any way to get on base here or even advance Green is a huge plus. So the 2-1 now to Noguera as Curran fires. Swung on and fouled back by Noguera.
That was about maybe 5 inches from hitting my car.
I was going to say 6 inches, but I'll give you the inch there because your heart probably.
My heart just sank just a little bit.
So the 2-2 now to Noguera. Upstairs, almost catching the bat behind her head actually there to run it full. 3-2 now to Noguera. 1 down in the inning after the sacrifice bunt by Kaplan. Curran deals the 3-2. Swung on and popped up. And Fitzgerald is going to be underneath it for out number 2. So Fitzgerald quick to get out of the stance there. Popped up by Noguera. And now 2 down in the inning with a runner on second for Sydney Ramus, who homered in her first plate appearance. Second pitch she saw. She took over the center field fence.
You know she wants another one.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Beautiful day like this. Who wouldn't?
You have 1, why not go for 2?
Taken for ball one by Ramus. And again, taken for ball two.
I give her the green light to swing on this pitch here.
Absolutely, after the home run, more especially give it the green light. This one swung on and lined out to center field. This one's gonna get over the fence as well. Ramus with her second home run of the ball game. It drives in green. And now 3-1 Lady Whalers. That one was hit even better than the first. I mean, that was a line drive. That might not have got above head height for most of these girls the entire way, and it got out very quick. So Sydney Ramus with her second homer of the ball game, and Owen said it, give her the green light. They did. She takes it over the fence, and it's 3-1 Lady Whalers.
That was awfully close to hitting our center field cam out there as well. That was a well-struck hit, practically dead center field. Doesn't get any better than that.
No, that's right center for a right-handed hitter. That's considered a power alley, and it's a great piece of hitting there by Ramus. Obviously has done some good work in the cage, or just sees the pitch well, as this one's fouled back now by Haley Chenard. But obviously Ramus having a day. 2 home runs and 2 at-bats for Sydney Ramus, and it has the Lady Whalers ahead 3-1. She has all the RBIs in this one for the Lady Whalers. Now the 0-1, that one, I wouldn't even say skipped, more like rolled in there by Emily Curran.
Pretty much let her work the count. Let them decide when you're going to swing. On these 0-2 pitches, or if you're going to throw balls at multiple occasions here, just wait until it's there, because when she's going to throw a strike, it's not really going to be...
Yeah, no,
like,
that's the big thing, is just to sit where you like it when you know a pitcher's going to struggle with control. Because, you know, anything that you see in the zone, why help her? Don't help her out is the big thing.
Just a bit outside on that pitch there.
Yep, so 3-1 now to Chenard. Another hitter's count here. It's weird. Curran's kind of hit or miss. Curran will have a couple batters where she does very, very well, but then she runs into trouble here. Chenard now drives this one out to left center. This one going to get down and into the gap and over the wall. A ground rule double for Haley Chenard, and that one hit well. She had a line drive to the center fielder in the first inning after Ramus's home run, and hits that one very well to left center as it got over the wall. So it brings Amelia Davis up with a runner on second and 2 down.
Another 2-run rally here for the Whalers. You like to think you get on these early on in the thing, but with 2 outs, and the pressure's somewhat on, even though there's not really much there, just applying more and more pressure for the Hilltoppers. It's great offense by the Whalers.
That one taken for a strike by Davis. Now the big key there was getting the leadoff hitter on. JJ Green in the 7-hole. It's huge to get, you know, any part of the bottom of your order on base to get back to the top. Of course, they get to Ramus, and now the top of the order can do work, as that one inside again. She brushes Davis back. So quickly 2-0 to Amelia Davis. That's the big thing. The big thing in this inning was that leadoff batter. The leadoff walk is a killer, and the Lady Whirl is still alive to do some damage here as she skips that one by. So Chenard's going to reach third on the wild pitch from Curran, and it's a 3-0 count to Davis, where it's your 3-hitter. Ramus already has you up 3-1. I green light her here on 3-0.
I believe it is 2-1, Luke.
And that one called for a strike. So it is 2-2. One of those obviously in there that I missed. So 2-2 to Amelia Davis. Chenard on third after the wild pitch. Curran deals and taken. It's a breaking pitch, but it did not break in time to cross as a strike. So Davis runs it full. Grounded out to the third baseman in her first plate appearance.
I think the entirety of Durfee thought that was a strike there.
Davis pop up to the right side, and this one going to be caught by the Durfee first baseman. That was that was Rumsey to retire the side, but not before Sydney Ramus added on her second home run of the ball game to make it 3-1 Lady Whalers. It's been some performance for her so far.
Key runners are getting on base at the right time, and it just happens to be in that part of the order where it's the lead. It's going to be the first part of the top of the order coming up. And you think, oh, there's no way she's going to hit back 2 home runs in a game like this. But damage has been done.
So 2 innings of play, 2 home runs from Ramos, 3-1 Lady Whalers. So Gray goes back to work here. Gray struck out the side last inning with very minimal pitches against the bottom of the Durfee order, but she'll have Rachel Silva and Katarina Rumsey to lead it off in this inning for the Hilltoppers. It was the error by Ava Kaplan last inning that really allowed, or I'm sorry, in the first inning that allowed Durfee to capitalize. We head to the top of the third because she struck out the first 2 batters of the inning. It was that error by the second baseman on that awkwardly hit ball that really allowed Durfee to start a little 2-out rally. But of course, striking out the side last inning, and now Gray can work the 2 hitters that she's already struck out in this ball game, and arguably should have retired the third. So 6 outs and 6 Ks so far by Gray as the Lady Whalers lead 3-1.
Number 16, the first baseman, Katarina Rumsey.
Contact here. Find the ball. Let's go. Find the ball. All you gotta do is find the ball. Be early.
So Gray checks the wristband and steps to the rubber and deals to Rumsey. Taken outside for ball 1. Davis set up out there, but she goes outside of body mass, the catcher there, so away for ball 1. Gray checks the dugout, checks the wristband, and deals the 1-0. And that went high and tight to Rumsey, who, to her credit, hung in there for, probably a bit longer than the average person would against that fastball high and tight.
Just in a blink.
So the 2-0 to Rumsey, and low for ball 3. So, well, Gray had a very efficient inning at last. She starts this one off to Rumsey with a 3-0 count. A 3-0, and that one taken for strike 1. Of course, the leadoff walk to J.J. Green is what hurt last inning for Durfee. Gray trying to avoid the same fate as she deals the 3-1 now to Rumsey. Swung on and missed by Rumsey, so Gray works back to 3-2.
Yeah, there's that fastball coming in pretty good there. I'd probably throw that fastball again, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's really, she hasn't caught up to it in the first inning, and she hasn't caught up to it yet here as Gray deals the 3-2. She goes upstairs with the fastball, but it's above the letters for ball 4. But she did go back to that pitch with velocity, the high fastball, as it brings Rachel Silva up now. Now batting from the other side of the plate. So obviously before she was just trying the slap technique from the left side, but now bats from the right side as Gray deals to her. She squares to bunt, pulls back, taken for strike 1. I think the Durfee head coach slightly upset with the fact that she, if you get a strike, there's no need to pull back on a strike unless it's really up in the zone. But if you can get a barrel to it, she deals the 0-1 now. Swung on and missed by Silva.
Good changeup coming in.
Swing, 3, nice swing. Head on it.
If you want to get the bunt down and make the make the sacrifice play, she switches back to the left side now, just looking to make some contact. So chokes up on the bat, looking for that slap technique as Gray deals the 0-2. And then it is put down on the left side and fumbled by Noguera. So instead of it being a sacrifice, she's able to put it in play with 2 strikes. It's an error by the third baseman, Noguera, and now first and second with nobody down here in the top of the third for the Lady Hilltoppers.
Now, that was rather interesting there. How often do you see any level of baseball or softball, do you see the batter just switch sides of the plate?
Well, they like the slap technique, but you don't really see anybody, like they focus on being good with the slap as Gray deals now to Sadie Fitzgerald. You don't see them really switching between the two, which was definitely different for me to see there. They don't really switch between the two much. I mean, you have switch hitters at each level, but not that switch between techniques as she deals the 1-0 now to 2-0 to Sadie Fitzgerald, who again reached on the error. in the first inning that would eventually come around to score. She is the Lady Hilltoppers' lone run in this one, as Gray deals the 2-0. Now that one taken for strike one, but yeah, definitely weird to see Silva able to just switch between taking, real swings from the right side and slap hitting from the left.
Yeah.
It helps getting down the first base side quicker from the left side. That's the big plus with it, as Gray deals the 2-1, and that went up and away for ball 3.
Especially when it was on a 0-2 count.
Yeah, no, obviously she has a lot of faith in that technique to be able to kind of put that bunt slash down the third baseline, and it works out as she reached first base. As Gray deals the 3-1. Now this one flared off to the right side, so Fitzgerald runs it full. Again, first and second, nobody down in the inning. A walk and an error, so 2 free passes in a sense here for the Lady Hilltoppers, but they'll take them any way they can get them, trailing 3-1 as Gray deals the full count now. Swung on and missed by Fitzgerald, a huge pitch by Lily Gray to retire the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Hilltoppers, number 12.
Yeah, that was a strikeout she's been looking for all inning here.
Definitely needed it as they will meet at the mound. But after a walk and an error and 2 free base runners, that's a huge pitch, and especially with Fitzgerald at a point there, being down 3-1 to be able to battle. I believe even 3-0 to battle back to strike her out there. That is a huge, huge pitch and a huge at bat for Lily Gray. So 1 down in the inning. Of course, you can play for a double play ball here for the Lady Whalers. I'm sure they will. All 7 outs in this game retired via the K, via strikeout from Lily Gray. And be looking for 2 more as they break away from the mound here. Not sure if they see something that they're going to look for here with Davis behind the plate. Maybe a pickoff or a snap throw.
I'm not really expecting a bunt. Yeah, you only got 1 out, and you want to advance the runners. You need runs at this point, but
you could bunt here to move them to second and third in reality, but
I wouldn't do that with
Gray
1 out.
deals. This one to the right side. Kaplan gonna take it in the chest, go to first to get 1. So that took a rough hop to Kaplan, but she does a great job to keep it in front and get 1 out there.
Number 7,
But it advances the runners to second and third, so it works just like a sacrifice bunt anyways.
Yeah, that was she even bobbled it on that one though, as well. Almost got on base with another error.
But Kaplan does well to just wear it off the chest. Now Gray deals. This one swung on and fouled straight back. And just missed there by Nia Jacob. Of course, she had the RBI to give the Lady Hilltoppers an early 1-0 lead. She will be looking to do the same here with 2 down in the inning with runners on second and third as Gray deals the 0-1. That one outside for ball 1. 1-1 now to Jacob. But again, that's a tough play for Kaplan to make there on that hop. She did a real good job to keep it in front as Gray deals the 1-1. This one swung on. Kaplan gonna pick it up and go to first to retire the side. Jacob got jammed on it, and it came off the bat. Very weird with a lot of spin, but Kaplan makes the play onto first to retire the side. But Durfee strands too and definitely made some noise in the inning. But as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Lady Whalers lead 3-1 over the Lady Hilltoppers.
Yeah, she was almost like as soon as she made contact, she watched the ball just for a solid second there. Like she was slow getting out of the box though.
Yeah, the way it came off the bat, it kind of had her in an awkward spot. She didn't get the best jump out of the box. I'm not entirely sure why, but either way, she would have been retired. The way the spin came off the bat there, again, it was very weird. But Kaplan, back-to-back plays in that inning to get New Bedford out of the jam. And the catcher, Amelia Davis, will be set to lead it off for the Lady Whalers as Fitzgerald sends it down the second.
Leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Whalers. Number 8, the left fielder, Abby Perry.
Sorry, Perry will be leading it off for the Lady Whalers. Davis was the last out of the previous inning.
And come and see where this first pitch is going to be, then that will decide the rest of the way of. And that will be a hit by pitch.
So she wears the first pitch.
Now batting for the Whalers.
So one aboard with nobody out now
Houston.
as Perry.
Seems okay, as it did hit her in the helmet, which is good.
Only worry about concussion and stuff like that, but it didn't seem like too crazy of an impact, as that one is upstairs as well. Obviously, no intent there. Curran really has been all over the place so far. Been up high and tight a couple of different times. As Annabelle Houston, she walked her first time up. This one swung on, and what a play there! Is they're going to double her off at first. What a play by the shortstop, Nia Jacob, with a diving play on the line drive by Houston, and then fires on to first to double off Abby Perry. What a play.
Yep, that was a great catch, and nothing you can do as the runner there. Just absolutely nothing. You in your head, you're thinking that's just a base hit. There's no way she's catching it. And probably by a step thrown out at first to get the double play.
Yeah, it's great to have the presence of mind there as that one's taken for a ball by Lauren Mitchell, the DH. So 2-0. But fantastic play.
Yeah, as the base runner, you're not at fault for that. I wouldn't put that on you. That's just bad luck on your end.
Taken for strike one there by Lauren Mitchell. Yeah, it's tough because it's really tough to read. They say make sure it gets through, but again there, if you're not aggressive enough, the center fielder will throw you at second as Curran deals. That one swung on and fouled back by Mitchell. Runs it to 2-2. So 2-2 to Mitchell. Curran deals. This one popped up to the right side. It's going to be in play and caught by the first baseman, Katarina Rumsey, to retire the side for the Lady Whalers. So they go down in order. A great play by Nia Jacob in the inning with a diving catch, and then to throw on to first for the double play. So 1, 2, 3 go the Lady Whalers as we will head to the top of the fourth. The Lady Whalers leading 3-1.
Yep, Durfee finally catching a break in the bottom of the third. They're not giving up anything, really.
No, I mean, it's been the only person that they've had to worry about is Cindy Ramus. She's done all the damage for the Lady Whalers. You know, Durfee's found plenty of ways to get on base and make some noise. Unfortunately, stranding some runners last inning, but again, it's been the Cindy Ramus show so far for the Lady Whalers. So leading off the fourth for Lady Hilltoppers will be the center fielder, Nia Boone.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning for the Hilltoppers. Number 5, the center fielder, Nia Boone.
So Lily Gray, that'll be the last inning was her first inning of work in which she didn't strike out the side, but still 7 strikeouts so far in this one. Back-to-back plays by Ava Kaplan to get them out of the last frame. So Boone leads it off, followed by Teasdale and then Pereira. So Gray set now. She checks the wristband after getting the number from the dugout. She deals to Boone and hits her. Or no, didn't hit her. It seemed like it came off the belt. But it did come inside with it, so 1-0.
It was very close, but at that point, I'm just trying. If you think you got hit, sell it.
That one taken for strike one. So 1-1 to Boone as Gray steps and deals. That one I think just off the plate for ball 2. So 2-1 now to Nia Boone, leading off the top of the 4th for the Lady Hilltoppers as this game is flying by. I'm sure the people in the truck will be quite upset with that one. As this one's lined back up the middle, Kaplan gives it a bid, but a well-struck softball there by Nia Boone gets up the middle for a base hit.
Now batting for the Hilltoppers, number 1.
Yeah, great effort. Can't deny that. But just once again, another well-placed hit for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it was hit well back up the middle. It's a really good piece of hitting to keep your hands inside the ball there. And Durfee quickly with 1 aboard. Now squaring to bunt was Teasdale. That one going to be in the box, so called foul. So she'll get a second try there. I mean, if you can get to it that quick, if you're Davis, if it comes down in front of you, you should be looking to second. Not the best bunt there by Teasdale. So 0-1 to Teasdale.
Yeah, that was that bunt was pretty weird. I don't know if we can see it again, but
So
it looked
now,
like it landed just in front of the plate there.
I'm not sure Coach Harry Lowe was out there for the Lady Whalers trying to see. I don't know if there was an interference complaint there from Teasdale running down the first. But Gray checks the sign. Teasdale will get a second bid if she wants to put another one down. And she does square and pulls back for ball 1. I'm surprised Davis didn't check on Boone there. She kind of got froze in the secondary, expecting the bunt to be there. So 1-1 to Teasdale. Now they're going to check to see if she pulled it back in time. And she did. So ball 1, 1-1 to Teasdale.
Yeah, I think as an umpire, I think regardless of how long it's been in between, it's kind of late for the appeal on that, because if you give it the opposite call, you're kind of getting a little bit of a mess here.
So Teasdale pulled that one back as well. So 2-1 now to Teasdale. Expecting her to square to bunt here in the hitter's count. As she does. This one she gets down to the first base side. They'll throw to first, but it's going to be low. And then going to third is Boone. So that one is going to be an error on the first baseman, Annabelle Houston, with a poor throw to Kaplan covering at first. So first and third with nobody down now in the inning for the Lady Hilltoppers.
Yeah, anytime on these squeeze bunt plays, it gets a little complicated because they're just the throw that you're expecting, because you know you need to get there. But those are just always tough to get through.
And this bunt's going to get down as well, too. Going home, and she's going to be under the tag. No, they're going to call her out at home. Now advancing to third is Teasdale, but out at the plate was Nia Boone. I thought she got under the tag.
I thought so, too. That was very close.
But she'll be out 1-2 on that play. Teasdale will advance to third amongst all of the chaos at home plate, as Pereira will be on first, getting the bunt down. They try the squeeze. I thought she was underneath it. I don't know if we'll get a second look at it at any point. But now Ayanna Nelson will stand in after striking out her first plate appearance.
Yeah, as the tag was needed to be applied on it. There was no force. Yeah, she's going.
So Pereira takes second with a steal.
Yeah, that call at the plate, definitely tough, but the umpire has the best look on that there. So we have to go by his judgment, and if he believes she was out on that play there, then she is out.
So Gray upstairs with that one for a ball, and this is not Ayanna Nelson. This is number 2. Not sure if we have her on the roster in our program. Oh, and we'll get a look at that as Gray is set to deal now. Squared the bunt, pulled back. And that is Brooke Sylvia. So again, trying to squeeze in here. Now Sylvia squares, pulls back again. So a 3-1 count now for Sylvia. As she squares the bunt, she gets it down. Kind of a miscommunication with Gray and Noguera down in no ball. So the ball getting away from Davis there. Teasdale's gonna score. They go back-to-back suicide squeezes. So Sylvia gets the bunt down.
Contact like last time, kid.
Yeah,
Pereira advances to third. Teasdale scores on the bunt.
I don't think they look back at the runner because I would at least try to keep the runner at third, look back, and then shoot the first. But on that one, it was just like, oh, she's already halfway. She's going to keep going. But it was a bunt right back to the pitcher. I think Hilltoppers get a little bit lucky on that one there.
That one gets away from Davis on the bunt, and she's going to score standing. Actually, no, she's going to head back. Did that catch a piece of the bat? Did she foul it off? I think she did. So Rumsey trying to put it down, just continuing to try and squeeze runs in this inning. We'll see how long they can get it to work for. They got one across doing it. Only one down in the previous squeeze out as Gray deals to the leadoff hitter Rumsey. Taken high for ball one. They'll throw back to third. Back in safely was Pereira as Sylvia takes second, uncontested. So 3-2 still. As the 1-1 to Rumsey. This one swung on and missed. And we thought there was a chance that Pereira scored. But Boone was under the tag earlier, and it was a foul ball that Pereira was advancing on earlier. So the 1-2 now to Rumsey. Low and away, ball 2. Rumsey runs it even. Second and third, one down.
Gray needs to get this out here. This is situational baseball here. You can't. We're seeing it again, just as we saw in the first inning. This out is crucial here. You need to strike out.
Rumsey out to left field. This one's gonna get over her head and off the wall. It scores one. Gonna score a second. Rumsey with a 2 RBI double to put the Lady Hilltoppers ahead 4-3. So the left fielder playing well in there. That was Abby Perry, and off the wall, Rumsey almost hits one over the fence there, and the Lady Hilltoppers take the lead.
You remember when I said early on in this game where I didn't think this game was going to be really a close one? Well, been proven wrong again here, and that's quite all right. I'd much rather prefer a close matchup, entertaining matchup here.
So that brings in Rachel Silva from the right side of the plate now.
Shows bunt on the first pitch there.
Again, only one down in the inning still. Of course, this, couple of everything. Now Silva gets it down the first base line. They will apply the tag. It will advance Rumsey to third with 2 down now in the inning.
Now batting for the Hilltop is number 15, the
It's a
catcher.
3 unassisted sacrifice.
We've been seeing a lot of these sacrifice bunts.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Durfee throughout the season, they've struggled in some of these games and probably haven't hit that well, but they're in a tight game here, and they're going to play small ball to hang in. And called strike one there on the catcher, Sadie Fitzgerald. Reached on there and struck out so far in this one. Looking to continue this rally here for the Lady Hilltoppers. Down 0-1 to Lily Gray as she deals. Taken outside for ball one, so 1-1 now to the catcher, Sadie Fitzgerald. She hasn't had an incredible amount of success today. She still is the 3-hitter in this lineup and obviously can do some damage as Gray rocks and fires. This one swung on and fouled off to the right side. Kind of jammed her on that one, so she runs it to 1-2. Gray deals, and then the off-speed pitch fools her. Gray able to strike her out to end the inning, but not before the Lady Hilltoppers get 3 runs. 2 coming on a Katarina Rumsey RBI, 2 RBI double. Of course, they're getting the previous run there on the bunt by Pereira. Pereira eventually came around to score with Brooke Sylvia on that double from Rumsey. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, it's the Durfee Lady Hilltoppers leading the Lady Whalers 4-3. And if you take a look at that scoreboard there, it's the 3 errors from the Lady Whalers in this one that have been, the real thorn in their side.
Yeah, on a varsity level, you have to expect some of these errors just to not happen. But some of them, they're just tough plays or whatever it could be. It's just sometimes it just happens and there's nothing you can really do about it.
But you have the error in the first inning by Kaplan. Fitzgerald reached and eventually scored. There was an error in the third by Noguera. Silva did not score. And then you go into the fourth inning there. Again, there was an error on Annabelle Houston, and Teasdale eventually came around to score. So, a couple of errors in this one, 3 errors, 2 of which the runners have come around to score, which has really hurt the Lady Whalers. So J.J. Green will lead off the fourth for the Lady Whalers.
Yeah, I believe even if it's not really a walk fest for Gray or anything, she's been getting strikeouts. It's really just been on the field this year. You like to think as a pitcher, you'd try. You have the field behind you, you can rely on them. But when you have iffy plays that happen, it might take some confidence away.
Yeah, a couple of routine plays that really should have been made as the 0-1 to Green is high and tight for ball 1. Yeah, no question about it. Some of these plays you'd really expect to be made and certainly wish that they had been made, but the Lady Whalers on the back of Sydney Ramos have 3 runs, but that's really been about it. Green swing and miss.
Good off speed.
As Curran works into her 4th inning of work. Gray really just going to be looking for help. The Whalers just hanging on to, by the way, that playoff spot being in the top half of the Division I standings. That one taken for strike 3, a backwards K for Curran. As Green goes down looking, it brings up Ava Kaplan.
I think she was looking for that pitch just to be a little bit low, hopefully get a called ball on it. Nope, just hung in there. Enough.
So 1 down now for the Lady Whalers as Curran gets the outside corner there for strike 1, and now kind of finding her groove here. It was a relatively quick inning last after the double play and the pop out. Green going down on strikes, and now that one misses away, so 1-1 to the second baseman, Ava Kaplan.
That pitch almost like a call that Gray was getting all day.
Yeah, that outside corner has been pretty consistent, but a couple of misses there. Now Kaplan swings on one. It's grounded to the shortstop. She throws on to first. And it was well played there by Nia Jacob. Obviously a very strong defensive shortstop for the Lady Hilltoppers. Didn't come up with the cleanest, but when she did, she fired onto first. So that is the second out of the inning for Lady Whalers as Jenna Noguera stands in. No one taken for a ball by Noguera. This would be back-to-back 3 batter innings for the Lady Whalers, 1, 2, 3 innings. That one high and inside as it goes to 2-0 now for Noguera. The 2-0 from Curran. Swung on and driven out to right center field by Noguera. It's going to get down. Cut off by the right fielder. Noguera aboard with a single.
A good 2-out base hit there. That's the first runner we've seen from the Whalers in about an inning and 2/3. So maybe we could see some sort of rally again with 2 outs for the Whalers.
Yeah, it's a good piece of hitting there. Noguera popping out to the catcher twice, that time getting a real good piece of it. Now, Ramus in this one, 2 for 2, 2 homers and 3 RBIs. We'll see what she does in her 3rd plate appearance. That one taken high and inside for ball 1. Yeah, it's interesting to see what Curran will do here. If first base was open, I could almost guarantee you they wouldn't be pitching to her. They are. So the 1-0 now to Ramus. That one again upstairs. And they might do the unofficial intentional walk here. Pitch around her, but not officially. Try to make her, she has to swing it once she gets herself out. She deals the 2-0, that one away again, 3-0. And yeah, that's what I think we're getting here is the unofficial intentional walk, where they're not going to intentionally put her on, but don't give her anything remotely close to the strike zone. If she wants to swing at something outside, go right ahead, but we're not going to give it to you. The 3-0 now, taken for strike one. I mean, I'm assuming she'd have had the green light there. Pretty good pitch to hit, but she lays off on it.
On a 3-0 pitch, you'd like to expect that pitch to come in, the fourth one, as the strike. But
And ball 4 to Ramus. Yeah, 3-0, you expect it to be grooved. It was, but I don't think she had the green light. I'd have expected her to, though. So a base on balls for Ramus.
it's not like the walk would have been a bad thing, really. Now you got first and second. You can get the out really anywhere but home.
I mean, it's a lot better than the alternative of the home run, as that one's grounded hardly to the left side, but foul by Chenard. I mean, anything's better than a 2-run homer there by Ramus, I mean, in reality. So Chenard with a double to left center in her last at-bat. Of course, she had the line out in her first plate appearance as well. 0-1 to Chenard. That one upstairs for ball 1. So Ramus has hit the ball well. Chenard might not have the home runs to show for it, but she has struck the ball very well in this one too. But the Lady Hilltoppers leading 4-3. 1-1 to Chenard. This one swung on and missed. It might even have, I think, caught a piece of her as the runners will advance. It gets away from the catcher, Fitzgerald. So Noguera heads to third. Ramus headed to second. So second and third now with 2 down in the inning. Chenard with a chance to grab 2 RBIs if she can get a base hit. The 1-2 to Chenard. Swung on and missed by Chenard. And that ends the inning for the Lady Whalers. They strand 2. And as we head to the 5th inning of play here, the Lady Hilltoppers lead 4-3.
Yeah, only one hit in that last inning for the Whalers. Other than that, it's been really walks and just unusual plays, like catches not hanging on to the ball or anything like that. So, but still, the Whalers, despite being on fire in the first couple innings here, have kind of chilled out for a little bit. Not much action happened.
It's just been the Sydney Ramus show for the majority of this one, and they walk her there. She was unable to, get one to go over the fence, so they, only holding at 3 runs, all on account of Ramus. But the Hilltoppers have put their runs together on a couple of errors from the Lady Whalers, some timely hitting from Katarina Rumsey, finally catching up to a fastball. Nia Jacob had some timely hitting, again, because of the error that Sadie Fitzgerald reached on. So, the Lady Whalers are going to stop after making their mistakes here. I mean, they've only really hurt themselves with the errors. I mean, again, 2 out of 3 of the errors that the runner has scored on. So they're going to have to avoid the unforced errors on the defensive side in the field. And obviously going to have to produce the plate at some point. But I think really the thing at the the forefront is going to be playing better defense the rest of this one. So Emily Curran stands in, the pitcher. She leads it off for the Durfee Hilltoppers. Swung on a miss for strike 1. Curran had a single earlier in this one. And grounded out to Kaplan. Her last at-bat, that one called for strike 2.
Swings at the first pitch, looks at the second one, yeah. Come back here with a breaking ball. Come on.
Gray deals the 0-2, that one high and away. Trying to get a chase at that fastball, like you said, Owen.
both thinking the same thing. Want to see if we can try to get her chasing at that 0-2 pitch.
Yeah.
But different ways of trying
ideology,
to get,
yeah. Gray, the 1-2, swung on and missed by Curran. As they'll get it around the infield. So out number 1 as Curran goes down swinging.
Mia Jacob.
Her 8th strikeout of the game. Nia Jacob had an RBI single in the first inning. In the third, she grounded out to Kaplan. And there's your off-speed pitch for strike 1.
That's just cheating. Come on.
Jacob was already out of the box, thought it didn't have a chance of reaching the plate, just kind of floats in there. Jacob's made a couple of nice plays at shortstop today. And I gotta say, she has a strong arm too, as Gray deals the 0-1. Swung on a miss this time by Jacob, quickly 0-2. So Gray, well, she's had a couple of innings where the errors have hurt her, and well, she's been hit well, especially that last frame. She has responded well in this one, striking out the first batter, running Jacob 0-2. Called for strike 3, a backwards K. Strikeout number 9 for Lily Gray.
He has been calling them there all day for her. As a batter, you should know better.
Same thing.
So it brings up Naya Boone, the center fielder. She was thrown out the plate on a suicide squeeze attempt in the 4th, but singled in the 4th. Swung on a missed high fastball there. So 0-1 to Naya Boone. Taken for ball 1. I thought she got under the tag in that previous inning, but umpire again called her out.
We both did on that. I still think she was safe on it.
Yeah, I still think she was. As Gray deals the 1-1 away for ball 2. That one running away. So 2-1 now to Naya Boone. Gray deals this one. Flown out to center field and dropped in center field by Haley Chenard. Again, it wasn't incredibly well hit, but Chenard unable to make the play. So the 4th error of the game by the Lady Whalers.
I mean, she did have the run for it, but she was underneath it for it, though.
Nah, that's a play you have to make. If it hits your glove in that
catch
position, you have to make that play. Chenard unable to. 4th error of the day for the Lady Whalers as Gray deals. That one up and away. I feared for the monitor for a second there. Even though we do have the fence here, I don't know how much distance there is between that.
All it could take is just for it to create a hole and, and makes a mess.
So Teasdale takes 1-0 to Teasdale. Sorry, 2-0 to Teasdale. Teasdale scored after reaching on an error in the last frame.
Could the same thing happen here?
Again, 3-0 now to Teasdale.
She isn't going to allow the walk here. You know that pitch is coming in. She's already shown the squeeze here.
Squaring here with 2 just to kind of throw off Gray. And she'll pull back and call the ball 4 there. Low and inside. So Boone advances to second. Teasdale reaches on a base on balls. First and second with 2 down in the inning for the Lady Hilltoppers. 2 strikeouts, but then an error and a walk. And some 2-out noise here for the Lady Hilltoppers.
Yeah, she obviously won't be bunting here. She's going to have the green light to swing away, but on 4 straight pitches, balls here. She's looking to find the zone, and I think she's going to find it right here.
So Davis meets with Gray, returns to the plate now as Selena Pereira stands in. Swung on and missed. Well behind that one was Pereira for strike 1. In 4-3 ball game here in the top of the 5th. It's getting to that part of the game where these are crucial moments. The 0-1 to Pereira, swung on and missed again. Tardy upstairs, unable to get on top of it. Quickly 0-2 to Pereira. Gray gonna be looking to strike out the side for her 3rd time today. And called strike 3, another backwards K as Pereira sat down looking. Gray works out of the jam as we head to the bottom of the 5th with the Lady Whalers leading the Lady Hilltoppers. I'm sorry, the Lady Hilltoppers leading the Lady Whalers 4-3.
That inning should have ended a lot earlier, obviously, with the error out there in center field, and Whalers are fortunate enough to have no damage really happen to them in that top inning.
Nah, Gray really had to bail them out in that one, and she did a good job of it. But again, 4 errors in this one by the Lady Whalers is just, I mean, quite frankly, it's just unacceptable at that point. I mean, you know, Gray's out there, a lot of extra pitches she's thrown, a lot of these rallies, a lot of these extra bases have all come from defensive miscues, and there's a lot of routine plays. I mean, you know, there's tough plays that people can't make, but they're not considered errors. You know, a lot of just the errors have come at, you know, just bad times in terms of 2 outs, and then stuff just piles on. Anytime that your pitcher's throwing extra pitches, it's just not a good look. That's only the 2nd error in this one that they haven't been able to score on, or the runner hasn't reached and scored on. So again, Lady Whalers throughout this one, they're going to have to clean up their defense in a tight game like this. They're going to have to get the bats going with Amelia Davis leading it off.
Number 13, the catcher, Amelia Davis.
Okay, I was just curious.
So the catcher, Amelia Davis, batting out of the 3 spot in the lineup, leads it off for the Lady Whalers. Curran working into her 5th inning of work and rolls that one. And some trouble in the warm-ups in terms of accuracy as well. We had a couple that hit back here into her 5th inning of work. Might be getting a little tired.
I'd see what this next pitch is. Yeah, I would let her decide where it's going to be here. In there for a strike.
And called strike there to Davis. Again, no walks since that 2nd inning by Emily Curran as she deals the 1-1. That one skipped in low. And that's been the thing, the mistakes with errors and the free passes have been the downfall of the Lady Whalers so far. She deals the 2-1, now 3-1 to Amelia Davis. It hasn't haunted Durfee as much, just besides the walk to J.J. Green and the eventual homer by Ramis.
No, whatever pitch she's been throwing, it hasn't been working. They all been on the outside part of the plate and low, like almost in the dirt already.
And it's got to be tough for these right-handed hitters against a left-hander who can hide the ball to that left side, and then it hides on the outside part of the plate. It's kind of tough to react to in that sense, but she walks Davis to lead off this inning as that brings up Abby Perry.
Once again, wait until she actually throws you a strike, then swing.
And a ball 1 there to Abby Perry. Perry hit by a pitch in her last plate appearance. She walked in the 1st inning. So hasn't really had a true chance to hit so far in this one. This one fouled straight back and up. It eventually comes back down in play. First strike 1 to Perry. So 1-1, even count to Perry. Davis on first. The left fielder, Abby Perry, 1-1. Taken for ball 2 upstairs. At the very least, you look for Perry to advance the base runner here. As Curran deals this one, popped up into the infield. And then Curran's gonna get underneath it. For out number 1, Perry popping it up to the pitcher.
Now batting for the Whalers, number 21.
You don't see all that often, but good communication there amongst the infielders for out number 1.
Yeah, at least she called for it there. Normally you'd call it would be the other way around.
Normally
You know.
the pitcher's the last. If the pitcher makes the play, somebody wasn't communicating, but they did communicate well. She rolls one past there. Davis will be in the 2nd standing up.
I'm not too sure what she's trying to throw, what she's trying to work on there, but I think it's just time to eliminate it.
Yeah, I think a couple of those fastballs away have gotten away from her. I don't know if it's a grip thing or if it's just her getting tired throughout, but that's the second time we've seen that this inning. As Annabelle Houston stands in, that one taken low again for a ball. So 2-0 now to Annabelle Houston. I don't know who else they have for pitchers, this Durfee pitching staff. Who else is available, but it looks like Curran starting the tire. The 2-0 to Houston. This one grounded hard to Jacob and through the legs.
She's
it
coming
gets
home.
into left center. The left fielder not backing her up, and that will tie it up for the Lady Whalers. So Houston will reach on an error and get to second as it leaked into left center field. Nia Jacobs had a really good game at shortstop, but a very bad mistake there. It allows Davis to score on the error, and that ties the ball game for the Lady Whalers. I've been, crucial to the Lady Whalers and the errors that they've made, but the Hilltoppers, or Lady Hilltoppers, I should say, with their first mistake in terms of an error, and it cost them a run as well.
Yeah. Once again, on a varsity level, it's hard to see such an error like that happen. I'll admit that ball was well struck, so it could have been like a reaction time, but you got to make sure.
You got to get in front of it at least. The glove wasn't all the way on the ground, and that's where the mistake was, and it leads to a run. Still one down, runner on second now. That one taken for strike one by Lauren Mitchell, the DH.
She was looking for that called strike on that last batter there.
Actually, it is a pinch hitter for Mitchell. It is Lily Gannay. This one fouled off to the left side.
Here we go, Em. Go right at it. Let's go.
Incredibly early, and she got too much underneath it there.
So 1-2 now to Gannay. As we will get a mound meeting now for the Lady Hilltoppers.
Made it count. Once again, unusual in my eyes.
Well, they have her at 1-2, but they do have a base open with JJ Green on deck. Obviously, you can try to get her to roll into a double play. So the question becomes here what you want to do, even though you're up in the count on Gannay, what the goal is here. If they want to bring the force out with Green up next.
I mean, she isn't going to bunt to move the runners. She isn't going to squeeze to move the runners.
So
I mean,
the mound meeting breaks. 1-2 is Gannay.
I'd focus on the strikeout.
In her first at-bat of the game. Curran deals upstairs, high in sight for a ball 2. 2-2 now to Lily Gannay.
You know, it might be a chance of a steal, as unusual as that is.
I'm not sure if they're going to try and swipe third. They must have thought something was on. It's a 2-2. This one fouled back by Gannay.
Off the pull there.
So Gannay putting up a good fight here in her first plate appearance for Mitchell, who hits for Lily Gray. Curran skips one wide. So that's ball 3. It runs it full for Gannay. And taking third base is Annabelle Houston. And this error by the shortstop has really opened it up here for the Whalers to do some damage here in the bottom half of the 5th.
Yeah, she's been all over the place in this inning here.
This one swung on. It's going to get into the 5-6 hole. Jacob tries to knock it down. She can't. Gets into left field. It's an RBI single for Lily Gannay as the Lady Whalers take a 5-4 lead.
I don't know if I give that an error for anything there, as it got by both players there and gets soundly into the left field. I don't know. That was still a great base hit, and that's exactly what the Whalers needed to take the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning here, with 1 out.
So Houston scores in the single there from Gannay. One down in the inning for JJ Green.
It's been a great matchup so far today. Yeah, it's been errors.
Green to the shortstop. Jacob caught it.
Wait.
And then
Wait.
I think they're going to say that was on the transfer.
Hey, nice catch.
So Jacob makes the catch, and then on the transfer loses it
Number 2 to second baseman, Ava Kaplan.
for the second out of the inning.
That's a tough one there.
Unable to double off the runner that time. This one swung on to the right side. It's going to get off the glove of the second baseman, Teasdale, I believe. Going to third is Gannett on the error by the second baseman there.
Now batting for the Whalers, number 6, the third baseman, Jenna Noguera.
It's got
And it was Teasdale that made that error there. That's a play you have to make.
most of these errors have been at second base here. I wonder if it's almost like the sun's like affecting it in some way.
It's just a couple of routine plays that they've been unable to make as Noguera stands in a good spot to drive in a run here. The Lady Whalers leading 5-4 in this inning already. That one upstairs.
Does that go on TV?
First and third now. 2 balls, no strikes.
That one misses outside to Noguera.
She's been all over the place in this inning.
3-0 now to Noguera. Lady Whalers already with 2 runs in this frame to take the lead.
I don't know if there's anybody warming up for the Hilltoppers. But
That
it's
one
something I'd
taken
start-
for a strike.
Something I'd start thinking about here.
Yeah, if you have someone you can warm up. Other than that, you might have somebody in the field who has to come in, but they should already be, decently warmed up. So first and third for Noguera.
She has the rest of this inning, definitely.
And ball 4, so Noguera walks to get to Sydney Ramus with the bases loaded, which is very, very intriguing, this one. 2 for 2. She walked in her last at bat, but 2 for 2 with 2 homers. This is very, very intriguing here.
The only plus for the Hilltoppers is that you can get it out anywhere here. But on the negative side here, it is Sydney Ramos here, who already has 2 home runs, walked last at bat. You got bases loaded here. This is you don't want to give up another walk because you don't want to increase the lead for the Whalers. So you almost have no choice but to pitch to her.
Quite simply, this is the hottest hitter that the Lady Whalers have, and you have to get her out. No questions asked.
Yeah.
That one away from Ramus for ball 1.
The only thing that's going through the pitcher's mind right now is, oh boy, I got to do this.
This is where you have to bear down. This is a huge, huge part of the game right here. 1-0 to Ramus. Misses for ball 2. 2-0 now.
Well, on the second home run, she was up 2-0 in the count. And on the pitch coming in, it was definitely going to be a called strike if she missed or didn't swing at all. But instead, she hits a home run. Let's see what happens here. Could the same thing happen?
2-0 to Ramus.
Outside.
That one misses for ball 3.
She's got the green light on this one, yeah. Yes, she's all over the place, but she doesn't want to lose and give up 1 run here.
No, you got to trust Ramus here, especially with the bases loaded and 2 outs in this spot here. She has to come in here with this pitch. It has to be a strike, so definitely green lighter.
No.
And it's ball 4, so she walks a run in. Ramus heads to first with an RBI on the walk.
Not the worst case scenario for the Hilltoppers.
Considering it's not a grand slam, yes, but the run will still score. As Chenard stands in. That one up behind the head of Chenard for ball 1.
Good squeeze there. Even if it come back to the backstop here, probably would have had a good chance to come right back at it, hold the runner back at third. Good job, though.
This one swung on by Chenard, but the play is made by Teasdale to retire this side. The line drive caught by Teasdale, but not before the Lady Whalers take a 5-4 advantage.
A squeezing line drive here. That's to make up for an earlier error back in this inning.
Yeah, Teasdale had that error earlier in that frame that, eventually Kaplan advanced to third but didn't score. It extended the inning, though, was a play that she should have made. But the Lady Whalers, throughout all the chaos, able to get 2 runs to take a 5-4 lead.
So far, it's
Sorry,
been,
6-4 lead with the Ramus walk.
so far it's been almost like a pitcher's matchup. Almost, not necessarily, because so much. One's got more strikeouts than the other. One's got more walks than the other. But like so far, it's been dominantly a pitcher's matchup. You know, not much happening in the field, and if anything does happen in the field,
Yeah, it's really been the errors. It's been the defensive miscues. 2 errors by the Lady Hilltoppers, 4 by the Lady Whalers, and runs coming on all of them for both of these sides. Outside of the one from Teasdale there, she made up for it, but the other run on the error from the Jacobs, she scored earlier in the inning as well too. So the defensive miscues have really hurt these teams, and it's why we stand in a 5-4 or 6-4 in a tight ball game here.
But regardless of all the errors, it's been a entertaining matchup, a back and forth battle.
So Brooke Sylvia stands in. Absolutely agree. Has been back and forth, a couple of lead changes throughout.
Even for what the record says for Durfee, it does not show that they are a 2-11, 2-12
ball
team.
club.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, with Durfee and New Bedford, you know, the records tend to go out the window. It's exactly what we've had here. So Gray deals the 1-0. Swung on a miss by Sylvia for strike 1.
Actually, that was strike 2 on there.
Oh, the first one was actually called a strike, I guess, in the low inside corner.
Throw that same pitch here. Come on.
And
outside.
Away. So Sylvia, the 9 hitter, in for Ayana Nelson in the 4th inning. This is her 2nd plate appearance. And swung on and missed for strike 3. So that is a strikeout for Lily Gray there, as Rumsey stands in.
He has a lot of strikeouts in this game alone. I wonder how many fantasy points that would be.
I believe 12 in total so far.
Fouled back here.
Sorry, 11 so far, as Rumsey had the RBI double in her last at-bat. Has you know, progressively put together better at-bats after the strikeout in the first. She had the walk in the 3rd and then the double in the 4th. High and tight there for a ball. 1-1 now to Rumsey. Gray deals. Taken for a strike by Rumsey. Runs at the 1-2.
Low and away, just like what she's been doing with the right-handed batters. But this time we're going on the other side of the plate.
Yeah, it's not exactly a pitch you can drive low and away. She deals the 1-2 upstairs for ball 2. That's not a very drivable pitch, unless you want to put it in the power alley out there. So Rumsey evens it up at 2-2 as Gray deals. In the dirt.
That's good discipline there. You know she was thinking about swinging for somewhat of that pitch there. But that ball curved into the dirt there. Good.
So Rumsey, full count now. Upstairs for ball 4, and Rumsey works a walk. So 1 aboard with 1 down for the Lady Hilltoppers. So Rachel Silva stands in from the right side of the plate here, at least to start the at-bat, as Gray deals. She squares the bunt, pulls back, called strike 1. And the coach will direct her to switch to the other side of the plate. So she will go with more of the slap jab strategy that she's had from the left side of the plate. And she does try to slap hit, but foul. So 0-2 now to Rachel Silva. She reached an error in the 3rd. And a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Now here in the 6th, down 0-2 to Lily Gray. And Lady Wheelers leading 6-4 as Gray deals. She went to go slap. It was high and away. Ball 1 to Silva. The 1-2 to Silva. I think called strike 3 there. I think, or maybe they would have called Silva going there.
I believe it was on the swing there.
So the slap strategy, tough to hold back there. You got to kind of commit to it before the pitch. I'm not entirely sure how it works, so I can't really break it down fundamentally. Either way, it's a strikeout, and she's retired for the second out. That one, ball 1. That is the 12th strikeout for Lily Gray. Taken for ball 2. So Durfee going to be looking for some 2-out rally here from Sadie Fitzgerald.
We've seen that from both teams this game.
That one high and away, gets away from Amelia Davis. So Rumsey takes second on the wild pitch.
Down 3-0 in the count.
So Fitzgerald, 3-0 count here, 3-hitter at the plate, a chance to get one back here. That one grooved there for strike 1, so Fitzgerald going to be sitting 3-1 on the hitter's count. This is a big spot for her. As Rumsey stands at second. Any type of hit should score her here. That one swung on and missed by Fitzgerald, so 3-2 now. Full count to Fitzgerald. And Gray looking to strike out the side. Again, she's done it 3 times today. Looking to do it for her 4th. This one flared off to the right side. Houston makes the play. She was kind of caught in between, but she does make the play to retire the side. The Lady Whalers will hit in the bottom half of the 6th with a 6-4 lead over the Lady Hilltoppers. So some errors, some home runs, some strikeouts. Game's really had everything.
Just a little bit of everything. Yep. It's been despite all the errors that have happened, I still think it's been a quality matchup so far. Once again, as you can expect, this is a rivalry matchup. So you'd like to see, regardless of what happens, you are going to get a good game.
So Amelia Davis will be set to lead it off here in the 6th.
Same pitcher, I believe.
Yep, they're going to stick with Curran.
Leading off, the bottom of the 6th inning for the Whalers. Number 13, the catcher, Amelia Davis.
See if the Whalers can come here into the bottom 6, add some more runs, get some couple insurance to increase their lead.
And wild pitch there for ball 1. Davis 0 for 2 so far in the day. She walked in the 5th and eventually came around to score. And she leads off this 6th inning now for the Whalers. That one upstairs for a ball, so now 2-0 to Davis. Bottom 6, nobody down here for the Lady Whalers. As Curran deals, and that one again away for ball 3.
You know she really wants a base hit here. She really wants to hit the ball here. I'd probably give her the green light here, even though she's been a little bit all over the place with the pitching today.
And away for ball 4, so another walk for Amelia Davis and a leadoff walk in this frame. As I think we're going to have a change here
Now pinch hitting for the Whalers.
as
Number 4.
Andalise Cartagena will stand in for Abby Perry. So Davis with the leadoff walk, Cartagena in now. This one swung onto the shortstop, onto second.
There's one.
And then, ooh, the slide's gonna take her out at second. I'm not sure if we're gonna get an interference related call here. We won't.
Nope, no one seems to be
For the Whalers.
coming out
So
and saying anything.
Davis will be retired on the 6-4.
Must have just tripped
Put
up
out
on her
there.
own feet there. Because from at least from our perspective, it looked like there was like interference going to be called, but she must have just tripped up on her own feet.
So a fielder's choice for Cartagena as Annabelle Houston stands in. Houston scored on an error in her last at-bat. She walked earlier in this game. Also hit into that double play in the third. And this one popped up to the right side. This one gonna be caught for out number 2. Rumsey makes the play on that one
Now batting for the
as
Whalers.
Houston pops out
Number 7, the designated
to
hitter.
Durfee first baseman.
Lily Garnett.
So Gane stands in now. And that one wild up top. They're gonna snap though to first, and they're gonna call her safe. I thought she was well out.
It was a good decision to throw down there. And she must have just been a little late on the tag getting there. Had to get that hand just in the nick of time.
I just think Cartagena was ready to take off because she was shocked that Fitzgerald actually was able to catch that behind the head of Gane. It is the 1-0 now. That one high and tight for ball 2. Kind of thought she was going to get it. It was going to have to get away if it went behind the hitter, but Fitzgerald made a great play and then had the presence of mind to snap throw down to first. And a bang play there.
Just got the hand in time.
So 3-0 now to Gane, who had a single in her first at-bat and eventually came around to score. And that one misses for ball 4, so a free base for Gane. Catania heads to second, and J.J. Green steps to the plate. 2 down for the Lady Whalers, looking for some insurance runs as they head to the 7th with a lead, trying to shut Durfee down in that frame for this game, but some insurance runs certainly would help as J.J. Green stands here with 2 on and 2 out. Taken for strike 1 by Green. So the 0-1 to Green. This one lined into center field, and it's going to be caught with a basket-style catch there by Nia Boone to retire the side. So Green lines out to Boone in center, and the Whalers strand 2 as we head to the top of the 7th inning with the Lady Whalers with a chance to close it down here in the 7th, leading 6-4.
Yeah, that was a good catch out there. It's definitely as a fan perspective, anytime you see the ball get hit in the air, like, oh my God, yes, you know, you expect some positive results to happen here. But no, it was just a great catch to get out there and get them out of another jam.
So Boone with the shoestring style catch to get Durfee out of the jam. Gray will work into the 7th inning here for the Lady Whalers, having surrendered 4. Obviously not all of them earned with the 4 errors by the Lady Whalers. I believe 2 of them at the very least unearned in this one as Amelia Davis fires down to second. So to lead it off for the Lady Hilltoppers, it will be the pitcher, Emily Curran, followed by Nia Jacob and Nia Boone. All three have reached base and also have hits in this one. So a chance for Durfee to rally to extend this at least to the bottom half of the 7th. But it starts with a leadoff hitter in Kern. This is an out you need to get if you're Lily Gray. As she fires to Kern. And that one line to the shortstop. One hop onto first. Ramus makes the play.
And they get that first out very quickly, right off the first pitch.
Yeah, one pitch, one out for Lily Gray. It's a huge out to get. It wasn't hit that bad. It was a one hopper, but Ramus makes the play. And now Nia Jacob stands in.
It was handled good as well, because those one hops can get a little bit tricky.
Nah, she stuck with it, and now Gray deals to Jacob. And that is an off-speed pitch called for strike one. That's one that I think Jacob wants back, because that was right there to drive. So the 0-1 now to Jacob. Upstairs for ball one. Again, Lady Whalers leading 6-4 here in the top of the 7th. Gray trying to close it down for a W as Gray deals. Swung on and missed by Jacob. 1-2 to the shortstop, who had an RBI single earlier in this one. Looking to keep it alive here for the Lady Hilltoppers. The 1-2. Called strike 3. The backwards K sits down Jacob. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for her.
That's a tough one to let go by there. That was right at the knees. As a batter, you're thinking, oh, that's going to be called the ball, at least.
That's the 13th strikeout of the game for Lily Gray as Nia Boone, who made the great play in center field to end last inning, stands in now. Swung on and missed by Boone for strike one. Boone struck out in the first, but followed in the 4th with a single and eventually reached an error in the 5th. But down 0-1 here to Gray. The Lady Hilltoppers down to their final out. Swung on and missed again. So 0-2, so quickly down to their last strike.
Yeah, she's definitely in their heads. She has this in the game. Come back with a nice pitch and she might not even swing here.
So Gray looking to finish this one off, the 0-2. And just misses up and away, so Boone gets it to 1-2. A lot of two-out rallies in this one, so Gray gonna try and put her away quickly. The 1-2 to Boone. This one fouled off to the right side into the parking lot. Boone definitely adjusted better to the speed on that one. Still 1-2 to Boone as she fought off that one. Gray gets the sign from the dugout, checks the wristband. Now deals the 1-2. This one fouled off again by Boone, so hanging in there, hanging tough down to their last strike.
As it should be. You were down 0-2 in the count, and you've been making all these contact things just to stay alive in the plate, and hopefully you get that one pitch to put it out into the field here.
So 1-2 to Boone has fouled off the last couple. Here comes the pitch. Gray changes speeds, but low in the dirt for ball 2, so Boone continues to battle here.
Great patience there. Great patience.
Now this is a great at-bat by Boone, doing anything she can to extend this game for the Lady Hilltoppers. The 2-2 to Nia Boone. This one driven out to right field. Is it gonna get, it does get down. Green unable to make the play. So yet again, another error, this time by J.J. Green in right field as Boone reaches. A great at-bat there by Nia Boone. It keeps the Lady Hilltoppers alive, and I think we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Maddie Teasdale.
Yeah, and that last hit there, those are always tough ones. But as a fielder, if you know you have it, you gotta call the other person off quickly.
So we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Durfee. I'm not sure who it is if we have her in the roster.
Now pitch hitting for the Hilltoppers. Number 11,
Savannah Ferreira. She stands in now for Teasdale. So the Lady Hilltoppers still alive with a tying run at the plate, 2 down after Nia Boone reached on the error, the 0-1. Sorry, 0-0, now inside 1-0 to Ferreira.
Just a bit on the inside there, and even the runner on first is even trying to challenge the catcher a little bit. She got a good lead coming off her.
So the 1-0 now to Ferreira, that one away. Boone gonna step away, they're gonna snap throw to first, and they're not gonna really get the tag down. But I think they would have had her if it was the throw was up a little bit more. Boone gets back safely, calls for time.
And Boone's trying to challenge the catcher, see if they can commit another error.
So 2-0 now to Savannah Ferreira. Lily Gray trying to close this one down after the error by Green. This one swung on to the right side. Kaplan's gonna charge, flip on to first, and that's the ball game. The Lady Whalers will take it by a score of 6-4
Final score from New Bedford High School.
as the Lady Hilltoppers fall to 2-13. The Lady Whalers will improve to 10-5, and which certainly improves their playoff
Varsity softball SEC matchup.
numbers. But a 6-4 victory there for the Lady Whalers.
It was a tough matchup overall. Yes, it was pretty much bound with errors, but regardless, it was pretty much an even matchup. Not necessarily when it came to the pitching, but when it came to the hits, there was well-struck contact with the balls here, and they were put into play, and they were done pretty good. You know, it wasn't necessarily bad baseball. It was just more of like who could do it more, really.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty entertaining game, both with 7 total errors. Is just, you know, it's tough on the eye a little bit. A lot of routine plays that weren't made, but at the end of the day, the Lady Whalers, who trailed multiple times in this game, were able to work themselves into winning position. Lily Gray closed it down, even worked through an error in that inning. I'd have to give my player of the game to Sydney Ramus with the 2 home runs in that one, which was a huge boost for the Lady Whalers. Again, 6-4 the final here. I'm Lucas Ferrer for my broadcast partner Owen Fraga, and for everybody at New Bedford Local Cable, thanks for joining us, everyone.